Sorry about that. We thought we were on air, but I think we are. If you can hear us, say hello. It's the Kris and Gina Relationship Show. I'm Kris. This is not Gina.
Not Gina.
Gina is on a well-deserved day off. She's getting hitched, so we'll congratulate her next week. We are running a little bit behind due to some technical difficulties. Sorry about that. Without further ado, I like to let everybody know before I start the show what today's day is. Every day, every Wednesday is special. You do a show after this, and we'll plug that at least twice while we're doing this. It's International Chocolate Day.
Okay.
For those chocolate lovers. It's National Peanut Day. Unless you have a peanut allergy, it's your day.
Okay.
This is scary. It's Defy Superstition Day. I wouldn't do that. I'm not ready to jump in the mirror and say.
Are you superstitious?
I wouldn't jump in the mirror and say Candyman 3 times. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. And it's also National Bald is Beautiful Day. See what I'm saying? I did that.
Facts, baby.
So look, without further ado, we got some beautiful guests. We have an extra microphone here. Magda's running late. We will find and fire her later. But today's show, why aren't men committing to relationships in the modern day dating era? And I will say, Brian and I are retired. We are players emeritus, retired from the game. But I think you will agree, if my wife's friends, it's tough out there. I mean, I hear from my brothers, I hear just these women, this, that, and the other. I hear from the women, I hear this, that, and the other. I'm glad we get to talk to some single folk, and we can try to understand each other. We're going to be respectful, because sometimes matters of the heart can get emotional. So we're going to love each other, even though we may not like each other. And then we're going to learn a little bit something. Magda, welcome to the show. All right, so without further ado, why aren't men committing to relationships in modern day? Who we got on the show? Jake, super producer. Let's bring him in. Hey, y'all, I see Carson. I see Happy. I see Khalid. Khalid, how you doing, people? Can everybody say hello so we can make sure we can hear y'all?
Hello.
Who said that?
That was Carson.
That was Carson.
Hey, Carson, you're the only one that followed instructions. Is it Happy?
Happy.
We can't hear you. You look great, but we can't hear you. Jake, I can't hear Happy.
I know. Yep.
Brother Khalid, can we hear you?
Good evening, everyone.
There he is. There's the voice.
Now look. And hello to you.
Hi.
Thank you for making.
Thank you.
She took a boat,
I
a
know.
plane,
No,
an
no.
L
I think she
train.
just parachuted in.
No, I didn't.
So everybody on the screen, raise your hand if you are single. So everybody watching, I got single, 2 single guys. I mean, 1 single guy, 3 single women. Khalid, you're representing for all the single men in the world. Ladies.
In the world?
No pressure.
Wow.
No pressure.
And Khalid, honestly, I thought about this show. It was really for the ladies, but sometimes they can get treacherous. So I needed you on
Gotcha.
here as well to share the opinion of the brothers. We need to bring Happy back. And with that, it's going to be a no formal. Brian and I are going to ask you all different questions.
Absolutely.
And you all can weigh in.
Wait, why are y'all asking the questions? Because y'all married?
We're the host for the.
You missed the beginning. We
Oh,
are
I'm
the
sorry.
experts of relationships.
And yes,
We're going
because
to tell
we're
you
married.
everything you're doing right and wrong and in between. And it's the gospel truth.
And then Brother Scott gonna follow up behind us, because you see how many letters he got behind his damn name. That man
yeah.
is
Now, wait. So,
Yeah.
certified up.
so this is how we're going to do it. I want everybody, ladies first. Y'all say you go first. Say a little bit about yourself, because we're behind. And then, Brian, you kick it off with a bunch of questions, and I'll just start chirping in.
No doubt.
So it's on
Let
you.
me
Yeah.
make sure. Happy, can we hear you, sugar?
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool.
What's going on, lady?
Hello.
Give us a look. Now, Happy has been on the In the Zone podcast a few times,
Excellent.
but this is a new show, Happy, so they might not have seen you. Give us a little bit about you.
Show. My name is Happy Danielle. I contribute to a lot of podcasts, actually. I am a former model. I am currently studying film and TV. And I think we will add some interesting things to this conversation. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys.
All right. Are you out here in these dating streets?
I'm in these dating streets, y'all.
Okay,
I'm still
all right,
out here in these dating
I
streets.
used to be in those streets. Treacherous
It's-
waters.
It's you know.
Right.
Carson, let me and again, in the zone podcast veteran. Good to see you again, beautiful.
It is good to see you as well.
It's been a minute. Go on, tell us about you.
Yeah, no, Carson. I currently reside in Charlotte, North Carolina. Used to live in Chicago, but yeah, I'm in Charlotte. I work as a consultant for an executive search firm, and I too am in these dating streets, and it's a little ghetto out here, but we're gonna talk about it. So thank you for having me.
A little flavor. We got Magda. Right?
Oh, no, go on. I was coming to it next.
Oh, okay,
Come on, man.
Hey, everybody. My name is Magda Desir. I'm from Chicago. Currently reside in Georgia, but unforeseen circumstances brought me back. So yeah, and I'm not in these dating streets.
You need to be in the dating streets.
No.
You are in the dating streets age. We'll get back to you.
Wait, but hold on.
shortly.
I want a clarifying question.
Exactly.
What
So
is
you're not in these dating streets, meaning you're in a relationship, or meaning you're just not dating?
I'm not doing none of that.
Okay, all
Are you
right.
tired of men?
I'm not tired of them. I'm
We can
just
be trifling.
not.
We can be though.
Women too, but I'm just saying I'm just not right now. No.
Okay.
Got you. And then our lone brother on the panel, Brother Scott.
Yes.
Again, another end. All these people been on in the zone except for Matt. But tell them a little bit about you, brother.
All right. My name is Khalid Scott. I am a social worker. Been a social worker now 30 years. I'm in private practice. I do marriage and family and couples therapy. I am a divorced dad of a 21-year-old senior getting ready for medical school and
Nice.
enjoying being an empty nester.
Congratulations.
Congrats on that medical school,
Thank you.
brother. That's dope.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congrats, player.
That is
Congrats.
dope. All right, so then let's start here. Are men really not committing in these modern dating streets, or is that just a stigma that's being put on my brothers because certain women haven't found their match yet?
That does happen. Anybody want to kick it off?
I'm gonna start with Max since she's
Yeah, you look.
she's gloriously stopped dating. I want to hear about
her
this.
lips were perched. Go ahead.
You know what? Repeat the question.
Is it true that men are not committing in modern dating situations?
I don't think it's true.
Okay.
I think that, there are men that are serious and, want to get married and settle down and things like that. But I don't think that that's true.
Do you
want
to be married?
Of course.
Well, that's not of course. Some women don't.
Yeah.
I do. For those who've been on In the Zone, I only do relationships on this show.
Right.
But and I can tell you that there are women who don't want to be married, and it's fine.
Right.
So that's good. So we're going to be speaking to you during this.
Not true. Okay.
You're in the age though. That you shouldn't be saying I ain't dating
Oh my
if you want to be married.
Yo,
Anyway,
leave me alone.
I didn't say anything.
I'm gonna say it.
Carson, what you think?
I agree. I don't think that's true. I do think there are men out here who are willing and ready to commit. I think it might take them a bit longer than, other women or their counterparts their age. But I wouldn't say that's wholeheartedly true for all the men. No.
We're gonna show y'all some other women in a second, but first we gotta hear from Happy.
I think men are committing. The men that want to commit are committing, and the ones that want to date are dating, serially. So it just depends on, who you come across.
We're gonna show a video of some other women who aren't that happy that they aren't married. But before we do that, do Carson and Happy, do you guys want to be married?
I do.
Okay, cool. So we'll be speaking. I got the right people in here. Then we're gonna
God.
watch it. It's a video. It's only a minute and a half. Y'all don't go nowhere. But if you're quick at getting a drink, you can do that real quick. Jake, can we have the ability to show this first minute 23 seconds? Cool. And this is where I got the idea to show. Go.
A conversation with him, that he could be here with me, that he could have chosen me.
Trying to get a guy to commit or trying to see where things go, I indulged in hookup culture.
Why am I not good enough to date? If you want to hook up with me, why do you not want to date me? And then it's like, Is it my personality? Am I that insufferable?
When I tell people that I've never officially been on a date with someone, they don't believe me. But to me, a date is like actually going to a nice restaurant that someone's planned, and I've never had that.
Clearly, I'm not doing something right.
If you do not want to be with her, just tell me.
When I was little, I really didn't think it was going to be this hard to find someone.
It's literally just so confusing and so stressful, and no one seems to really know what they actually want.
When, like, I don't know how to fix this.
I just want a family.
I had to come to terms with knowing that I'm not a woman that men commit to or love. They want, but I've never had any big romantic gestures.
So it happened again. I had a date cancel on me and I got stood up.
And I have been stood up.
I know I deserve better. But he was that person for me.
The quote. Wait. The audio got knocked out.
No, that was done purposely because I talk a lot of garbage during, and y'all didn't want to hear any of that. I didn't put up that. This is not my video. Number one.
I like how they laugh like hilarious.
Right. So, but even if this does or doesn't resonate with you, I've seen, having to do a relationship show every week, there's some frustration out there. And honestly, I see a lot of what I think are successful, beautiful, viable women. If I could afford y'all and my wife would agree with it, maybe I'd have 3 of y'all. But I can't. but y'all out here. So brother Khalid, you got to kick this off, man. Is it too easy? Because I heard a sister out there say the what she call it? Hookup culture.
Hookup culture.
I mean, don't be giving. I'm gonna give away the end of the show. Don't be. If you want to do, don't sleep with that one. No. So, brother Khalid, what's going on? Is it too easy for brothers out here? Are they doing too much? Is the attitude? I hear everything from the guys. And pretend it's just me and you, and them not here.
Absolutely.
You know you do this for a living. So what's going on out here?
Okay. So let me explain this. There's 2 pools. There are men who want to commit. There are men who are committed to themselves, right? Mm-hmm. And you might say, well, what does that mean, right? So when you're committed to a relationship, meaning that you're open to be committed to someone with you, both of you all's agendas in mind. Then you have the men who say, you know what, it's about my agenda right now. I've been married, I'm divorced, I'm widowed, I've tried dating and it's been unsuccessful. Now, what do I plan to do out here? So someone like me who's been in relationships, who's been married, divorced, an empty nester, I chose a new path. And it was met with some negative feedback. And I believe it's because of the term that I used, which I didn't understand was a negative connotation. So I've been in a situationship for the last 22 months, and I called it a friendship with benefits. I did not realize that it was a negative connotation to friendship with benefits. It sounded good. This person is friends, and we do things that may mirror a relationship without the title. And to be honest, folks, it's the best situationship I've ever been in. We've been together 22 months, never one argument.
Is it because, as I tell people who do want to be married, this is another show, it's a lot of work. And but when you're in a situationship, you only see the best parts of that. Now, do you want to be married? And are you both? Because at some point, one of you might want more from the situationship, right?
Right.
So do you want to be married?
Not for me, no.
Does she want to be married, or you don't know?
She may be later on. We both are divorced, and we're both in our 50s.
She's gonna want more from that.
If they both divorced, that might work out well.
I don't. You know what? Divorced people are the only people I don't have the best advice for, because every time I ask them, I get different answers. But But from the video, Brian, do you feel like you've heard similar? I mean, not to that extreme, right? But have you heard similar sentiments? I mean, women doing, because like I said, women doing what are good women, but they don't know. So it's either these dudes are jacked up. Why are they not getting the results they want? I've heard women say, and I want you to, Brian's going to set up this whole modern dating, and if that plays a role in it after this. But I've heard women say things like, it's not enough available men out here, blah, blah, blah. But it's over 50% of men who are unmarried never have kids. They ain't even taken up yet.
Right.
So it's men out here.
Wait, are you saying men in general, all races, or just one race?
You cut black, whatever.
Men.
Okay.
Men.
I just want to clarify.
We're not limiting it.
Okay.
I mean, hold on. I forgot.
Should we?
Let's just get through all of this. First off, if you take all the average salaries of the working black men and working black women, we make more than women. So it ain't like they ain't making no money.
No. I was just asking.
I'm just getting
clarity.
You said it was over 50%. So I'm saying, are we saying all men, all races of men, or just one race?
I'm saying all men.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's it. That's just clarification.
But in terms of black folk,
right?
Like women want men with money. There are 10,000 more black men in the United States making over $100,000 than black women.
Of course.
All right, I'm just letting you know.
Okay, thank you.
But go ahead.
So I want to ask this question. I want to give this definition, and I want to hear the ladies' opinions rather than giving mine. And this definition says, what's the difference between old dating and modern dating? In traditional dating, males are expected to take a more active role, exert more effort, and couples reserve sexual activity for marriage. That's real low. Anyway, in contemporary dating, the gender roles and sexual boundaries have become blurred, and men are no longer initially exerting more effort than women. Ladies, outside of that holding on to the marriage part, do we feel this is the correct definition of the difference between old school dating and new school dating?
It's relative to the person that you're dating and
the
relationship. We talk generalities. We're speaking in generalities.
You gotta give an answer.
We're speaking in generalities.
Thanks, folks. You gotta give an answer on this show. Is that a good definition of modern dating? We just want to establish a baseline.
I'm not out here, so I don't know. Carissa,
you have been.
Carson
You've been out on
and
these
Happy,
streets.
could you answer this question? Because I'm not in these streets.
I think modern dating definitely has the gender lines are more blurred. I think that's a fact. I think that's one thing that I could say. There, it is specific and relative to who you're dating and who you meet and how they were raised and all of this. But I definitely think across the board, the gender role that is traditional in old school dating is very much blurred. That line is non-existent, damn near. I don't even know what a man and woman role is. Shit.
What do you think it should be? What do you think it should be?
I think it should be relative. I think it should be based on individuals and whatever and their background. You know, I think you have to really look for or seek to attract what it is that you believe will work best for a sustainable relationship for you. So if you were raised by, like one thing I noticed about myself, I kind of got to date people that are either older or were raised by older parents than me. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by older parents. So if you're around my dating, if you're my peer, you would have probably needed to have older parents. Or if I'm just, if you're not my peer, you just need to be older than me, because there's a certain mindset that comes with the gender roles that I do need you to have. I need a man. I need a traditional role of a male. I need my man to have those.
I'm glad to hear that.
Wait, can Carson answer?
Jump in, Carson.
I think it starts with us, right? Like, I am a very big component of holding yourself accountable, right? And so, prime example, the video. A lot of these women in this video, right? Like, oh, I've never been out on a proper date. That's an issue. And I think, then it also goes back to you and what standards are you setting to allow men to not take you out on a proper date, right? That is important. I'm not necessarily a gender role person. I feel as though, I might have to give 50 some days. Some days I might have to give 60 where he can only give 40. Some days he's going to be able to give 80 and I can give 20, right? Like, it's about finding a partner gender roles don't necessarily matter. It's about finding a partner, someone who's really on the same page you are. So the 22-month situationship, if that's what she on and that's what you want to do, kudos to her, right? And that works for y'all, fine. I think it's about the individual, and it's about, saying, am I okay with the standards that I've set, and is this person meeting those standards? And if they're not, you gotta go. It's very simple. Like, I think it's complicated way too much.
And to piggyback off of what Carson said, I feel like you need to set those standards for yourself in your personal life while also looking for that as somebody else when you're dating. Because if you're not set those standards, so you're setting those standards for yourself in your personal life when you're looking for that partner when you're dating. So, for instance, when you are, you want to find someone with the same morals and values, and you want to find someone that travels, that, has this luxury life. If you don't have that now, you can't expect somebody to give that to you. So it's kind of like, it's like reciprocity and mirroring what it is that you want. You have to be that person that you want to find in the other person, if that makes sense.
I disagree, but I hear you.
I distree also.
Really?
Yeah. Because,
well, that's for me.
I mean,
a little bit.
Only because I just believe, on this note, I think men and women are very different.
They are.
And based on what his definition read and what I see a lot of, make no mistake, I say this on my show, no disrespect, brothers, I think women are smarter people, period. I think they make more prudent decisions. I've had female bosses. But when it comes to matters of the heart, I do think men have learned to learn what women like and be that. And we usually bring our best self out because we've been hurt from an early age. I'm 15. I tried to talk to a girl at a first school party. Hey, how you doing? And then she turns me down. Her friends laugh. I walk away like this. Men go through that at every stage. Freshman year of high school, the older guys get the girls. Okay. Freshman year of college, the older guys get. So, but notice when we step, we could be 58 years old. I'm not 58, by the way. Hey, how you doing? What's your name? We're conditioned to do that. So, but I think nowadays with this modern dating, women have been more forward. I'm going to choose him. I can do what he does. I want to sleep with as many people as men do it. I hear that a lot. I didn't hear that 30, 40 years ago. And it just doesn't play well like that because you get rejection. Or you sleep with a guy and he slept with me? He doesn't want to be with me? That's just how shit goes. If you want, we've had women use us for dates, money, whatever. And we just got to roll with it. And I think that modern day dating hurts because it's it used to be, I'm going to hold off and men are only going to react to what y'all do. Everybody's legs was closed. And we were like, well, we got to take out. I got to buy this. I got to do that. They want man with money. I got to get a better job. They want to do with a car. I got to get a job, get a car. We always do that. But yet and still, having done this show every week, I see women saying, he better accept me for how I am. I ain't going to change.
You done spun now, brother.
I'm saying.
You done spun off.
But my point is
I got what you're saying.
The modern dating works against you getting the courtship.
Okay.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Got you.
But some women fight me on it. I mean, it's just my opinion. I don't know.
I want to get Brother Scott back into this. What's your opinion on this, my man?
I think that we have to individualize people's mindsets regarding relationships, dating, marriage, etc., etc. So I have two mentees who are in their 30s and they are recently divorced, right? So I'm hearing my mentees tell me, I don't know if I want to get married now. You know what I'm saying? Then you fast forward to my generation, divorce. I have 7 friends in their 50s going through divorces right now. And their thing is, you know what? We raise the kids. I wanted to have my children grow up in a 2-parent home. Now that my last child is going off to college, I want a divorce. I want my freedom, right? I have majority of my male friends have sad women or mistresses. I'm starting to see a pattern with my female friends who have sad dudes. So now it's about me now. It's about me. I can't worry about somebody else's needs and wants and desires. I'm going to get what I can get because I don't have long. And that pandemic really did this to us. It made us sit down and say, you know what? Let me reevaluate what my happiness looks like. And I'm not going to take no prisoners anymore. I'm not going to sacrifice for another human being. They're happy. They do what they want to do. And then I'm left out here. So it's very individualized right now. So there's no one trick pony or a cookie cutter approach to relationships anymore. And it's a good thing because we're not going to be our grandparents. Women are not going to stick around for 40 years, be cheated on, children outside the marriage, beat down, and I got to do this so I can say I'm a good wife. No, we deserve better.
Good point, brother. I want to ask the ladies this. Part of that.
He tried to come up.
That
was a good guy
answer.
answer.
That's what he does. That's my man. I do want to ask the ladies this. So part of that video did describe later on. Did talk later on about I'll call it sexual liberation, right? So the ladies can step outside of this normal. I'm a good girl. I gotta keep my virginity till I'm married, or blah blah blah. Body count's blown out the water. All that stuff is done. I am free to sleep with whoever I want, whenever I want, and it's fine. Which I wholeheartedly support. However, I do not. Do you think this culture is part of the hindrance of you all finding, and that's you specifically, but women in general, finding a mate?
For those who want to.
I don't think that's a hindrance. Now, what a woman chooses to do with her body, I may or may not agree with, but I don't. Because that's not my body. So I have nothing to do with that. I have my own way of expressing my sexual liberation, and I may or may not sleep with you. I don't think that's a hindrance. I know people who slept with their person on the first night and have now been married for 5, 6, 7 years. And that's not to say they won't get divorced later on down the road. I don't know that. I can't predict that. I've had people who slept with someone in the first 2 weeks, and I had family friends who have been married 25 years. So I don't necessarily think it's a hindrance. No, it does play a role. I think it plays a role, but in terms of like saying it's a hindrance and preventing someone to be with somebody, I don't think that's the case. If a man wants to be with you, he's going to be with you. Period.
No, absolutely.
Good point. Abby.
I do think it's a little bit of a hindrance because I think that it is starting to shape the way that the culture views sex, which was initially something that was confined to, the marriage, especially in this country. When we talk about the history of marriage in other countries, they had concubines and all kind of stuff, but the concubines wasn't the wife. The concubine wasn't the queen. So it still actually plays a role there. But I think that in terms of how we regard one another, because of this over sexualized culture, it does make looking for a mate a little bit harder. I think that we all, like the girl that said in the video, she never been on a date. Sis, you've never, like, what have you been doing your entire life? You just been having sex. That's it? Like, is that the only kind of interaction that you've had with people that you want to date is sex? That does play a role in, I think, the overall culture. But individually, I don't think it does. I think, like Carson just said, if a man want to be with you, he gonna be with you. Nothing's gonna stop that. However, in terms of culturally, yeah, it does. It affects how we see each other.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay. Want to chime in? I know you're not dating right now, but you have dated, so.
I'm gonna say it like this. I knew of a woman who was a self-proclaimed hoe, and she, relationship left or right, all this other stuff. And I knew of a woman who waited until she was married, and a year later she got divorced. So.
Did the hoe get married? No.
I don't know if she is. I stopped talking to her.
All right.
So,
So you judged that woman.
You didn't want to be associated with the ho-hos.
No. It's not about association. It's just I respected the fact that she knew that she was out here and she was doing what she wanted to do with her body.
Right.
So it didn't stop her from getting with anybody or having a relationship. It's just, it's up to whoever it's up to the woman.
Hold on, before you jump in, I want to hear Brother Scott's opinion on this. As a man, single man, do you think this sexual freedom phase situation we're in with the ladies, which again I wholeheartedly support, is blocking their blessings in any way when it comes to finding a mate?
No, I think many of us, and I'm a man of a certain age, I'm 54 years old. What I am learning or have learned is that men and women have been doing what they want to do for the longest. It's just now I'm more comfortable to express it, right? So grandma might have been cheating. Grandma was cheating, but grandma understood I had more to lose if it got out there. So I'm gonna be a little bit more, I have a little bit more discernment with it, be a little bit more discreet about it. But if men are out here cheating, guess who they're sleeping with, right? So it's just now, it's just in the forefront of saying, you know what, I'm a little bit more liberated and I don't have to hide anything because I'm a full adult. And if this is what I want to do sexually with my body, I'm going to do it. And let me add this real quick. The best piece of dating advice I got was from, and all of us know this guy. He's my buddy. He's very popular in Chicago, and I won't say his name because he'll kill me. But 6 months after I got divorced, I was talking to him, and he was like, Khalid, have you started effing? And I said, but I always change it to dating. And I said, no, brother, I'm not doing that. I'm still kind of going through the grieving process of my divorce. And he said something very powerful to me. So listen very closely. He said, Khalid, you're going to date black women, right? Yes, because I'm only attracted to black women. Are you going to date women in our age range? Yes, I'm not dating young girls. I have a daughter, right? He said, well, Khalid, understand this. When you start dating, you will date the women that men like me have destroyed. And I said, wait a minute, brother, that's a powerful adjective that you just used. And he said, I meant it. He said, Khalid, I have 8 kids by 6 women, and I didn't marry one of them. So understand that I have destroyed those women. And nice guys like you will go in and fill in my blanks. You will be Captain Safe. You will be the next Russell Wilson. And when he gave me that information, it made me look at dating differently, that no, I'm not here to save people. I'm here to have joy in my life and bring joy to them life. But again, if a man can say that I destroyed women and say it honestly, it's out here, right? And so now we are responding to this. Folks have been destroyed in relationships, and now they just want to be happy. And they deserve it.
All right.
Damn.
Kris?
Everybody said a lot. In no random order, I'm going to give you all the right answers. I agree most with what Happy said. Everybody else I sort of disagree with. But, you know, again, the title of the show I'm real big on is, and Jamal Maatuka, shout out to you, asked what the title of the show was. It's Why Aren't Men Committing to Relationships in Modern Day Dating? So, Brother Khalid, I do agree with you on everything you said on cheating. People have cheated since the beginning of the time. Men and women, wars have been started, countries have been lost, won, all of that. So that's been happening. But in terms of modern day dating, I think it, for those who want to be married, women, it dilutes your chances tenfold. And here's why. Most women, I think we would all agree, would you like a man if you got married, Magda, who made a lot of money?
That would be nice. That would be very, very
that's
nice.
a good thing.
That would be very nice.
With you ladies looking, would you like a man who's over 6 feet tall? Would you say most women think that's a good thing?
Most women do. Yeah.
All right. What about?
I'm 5'10". I knew somebody over 6 feet tall.
Thank you. I'm 5'10". Thank you. I appreciate that.
Shut your tall ass up.
I'm 5'10". Thank you. So look, don't hate on. But what about a man who was strong? What about a man who was strong and could protect you?
Of course, protection is key.
All right.
Yes.
Now look, right there, I agree with everything you all said. Women for centuries have been hardwired for that. That's a good thing. For centuries, men, and this is what, see, women are good at, and this, so men, I said at the beginning of the show, we've been the same Negroes forever. All races of men are the same simple ass creatures. So, this modern deism stuff, right? I think women of old knew what men wanted. So I'm about to tell you what we're hardwired for, right? We are hardwired for women who need us, not women who say, I'm a bad bee, I'm independent. We need to feel needed. I'm giving you the game. Also, how much money you make has never mattered to us. We will date. First, we're gonna look at how fine they are. It's a plus. It's a plus, but it's not the reason. We're gonna date the finest woman that likes us back, and then who treats us well. We're gonna pick from that. Trust and all that other stuff mixed in. All right. We are also hardwired to like women who follow our lead. We don't like combative women. Men with character, especially successful
Carson
men.
on it.
Hold on, Carson.
Look at
I listen to 5 people. You're going to have to wait. So, men with character and money, just like a fine woman knows if she's 25 years old, she's amongst the finest women out here, can have any man, a man's value goes up as he gets older and makes more money, because who values money? Women.
Y'all do too.
We value youth and good ass looks.
Yeah, but y'all value money too.
For us, we know y'all don't spend shit on us.
It might be third.
How would you know?
No, hold on.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
That's why a lot of
I believe women
that's
do
why
spend.
a lot of women
I
are
believe
single.
women
Because I do this show, Brian, and they name who. I said, what's your ideal man? 6'2", make 150,000, blah blah blah. And I look at them.
You watching too much of Kendra's show.
And then I look at them and I'm like, he don't want you. You better get a regular dude like me. Yo, but I make this money, Kris. He don't give a fuck. He would date a broke chick if she the finest in the room. We don't do that.
Facts.
We don't. So all I'm telling women is, the last thing, and I'm gonna give it a break. We like women virtuous. Y'all don't care about a high body count, because I was a player to the extreme. We don't want no hoe. It might be in vogue to say, but a man with character ain't marrying you. He gonna hit it, but he will not marry you. That's how we're hardwired. We are lions. We do not like our meat laying dead in the road. If there's a man that you have to pursue, that's the wrong man. Church, I know I'm done. That's what's wrong with modern dating. It fucks the game up.
Carson, bring it back in.
Yeah, so I do agree with that last portion of, if you have to pursue him, then he's not the man for you, right? Men are hunters by nature. And I truly believe that. The whole combative, independent.
Yeah, that we run from that shit like kryptonite.
This combative.
Complain to your girl.
This idea of women being combative and independent, and you all being hardwired for a woman to want you, absolutely, right? But you have to set me up, right? You have to create an environment for me to feel safe, for me to be soft, right? I'm sure we all know about this thing of this soft girl era, right? Women want to be submissive. I want to be able to trust you. One thing about my parents have been married 35 years, and my mother has always said, your father's the head of the household, I'm the neck that supports him, right? So he's the head, but you can't move your head without your neck, right? And so it's a partnership. And so I think, it's important that you allow a man to be the head of the household, right? He's the head, you can support him, but you have to create an environment where I trust you to lead. And a lot of these things, I think, it's generational, right? In modern day dating, these men are not creating an environment for us to feel safe, for me to feel like I can trust you to lead my household, whether it be financially, spiritually, emotionally, like that. Are you going to protect me, right? And I don't think it's set up. Modern day dating is set up that way. I also saw a comment come across the screen from Harper Williams that said there's so many options to choose from. That's why they don't commit. The thing about it is there's not a lot of options. There's not. I'm going to go back to, and my apologies, brother, I cannot recall your name off the top of my head, but the social worker here with us, he stated, grandma cheated, right? Grandma was a Rolling Stone doing her thing, right? But it was a different generation. So right now, we are in a generation where I have access to the palm of my hand. I can scroll and scroll and scroll, and I see she got a fat ass, and he got money, and she got a Birkin bag, and this boy bought her this, and she did it. And so it makes us, it appears, society tells us that we have more options than in all actuality, than we really do. And so we think we're running out of time. We don't think we're running out of time. There's no time limit, because we see in our hand social media, we see what people are doing for each other. And so I asked somebody the other day, I said, I write, right? And so I asked somebody, I need some prompts, like give me some prompts. One of the prompts they sent me was, you are exactly what I wanted, but somehow still not enough. And it took me to social media. We have so much access that our grandparents did not have, right? That other generations did not have. So it appears that we have more options than we really do, and we end up losing out on people because of these things.
It's a reason. It's a reason. First off, women don't have as many options as they think. You do when you're younger. You do not when you're older. All you control is access to your coochie. You do not decide who marries you.
Right.
Men control that. So again, the title of the show is, why aren't men committing in these modern day dating? So you do have more access to swipe and sleep with a guy.
I'm talking about men have more access. That's why they're not committing. They think they have more options than they do.
No. They got way more options, because y'all not making them work. Hear me again. Y'all not making them work. You're giving it away for nothing, because he cute. Women of old, y'all want to lean on everybody was getting beaten, cheated on. No, they wasn't. What they were married. And the title of this show is, I ain't gonna let you I don't let people get off by conflating shit. It's why aren't men committing? And the reason is, it sound old fashioned. Why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free?
Happy? I saw that face.
See, I can be 45 years old, and I can marry a 32-year-old. Men are hardwired to their younger, prettier, submissive, or agreeable. Let's say that. I personally don't agree any woman should submit until the man proves that. But you should always be agreeable.
Cooperative?
Or agreeable? Listen.
Hold on, Kris. Let Happy get back in.
Yeah, Happy.
Come on, Happy. I saw some facial expressions.
I mean, my opinion in this will always be the same. I believe that dating should always be, and not even just dating, relationships should always be centered around purpose. And I believe that was the case when our grandparents were married, although their idea and definition of purpose was different than ours. So in this individualized culture that we do live in, that was brought in by social media, where we see all of these different options that we've never had access to. We ain't never seen the world the way that we've been able to see the world since social media has really took over our lives. Options, it's an illusion, because whatever your purpose is, that's what your purpose is. And these men and women that feel that they have all these options just because they see all of these things are not taking into consideration what their intrinsic purpose is. And we all have one. And the relationships that last that I've observed are the ones that have a common purpose, when your vision is common. You know what I'm saying? So just because somebody look good, all these things, Kris, I hear what you're saying, and I understand, and I believe that what you're saying is correct. I believe that a lot of men are going to go for the younger woman. They're going to go for whatever looks good. But the purpose-driven man is not. You know what I'm saying? He gonna go for what looks good to fuck her. Yeah, sure. But he's not gonna marry just because she look good and she, you know what I'm saying?
The purpose-driven man is gonna make the choice. You're not. A woman is not. A woman is always wrong for trying to swipe and pick.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
But in this day and age, more women are being given license to choose in ways that
they're choosing to open their legs.
The illusion of choice.
They can only choose to open their legs. They cannot choose a husband.
But do you see these women there are actually women that are out earning men, and in our community specifically, I heard the fact that you said earlier, 10,000 men make more than 10,000.
The average black man makes more than
$100,000 than black women.
There are 10,000 black.
in our communities, women are out earning men.
No, first off,
those women, they have an illusion of choice, and they choosing just like these men that have the illusion of choice.
Someone lied to you. Someone lied to you. In this country, the United States, there are 10,000 more black men making over $100,000 than black women. Blackdemographics.com. Feel free to look it up.
That's what I just said.
No. The average salary, if you take all the black men's salary and all the black women's salary, we're making more money. Now, part of that is due to a homogenistic ass system.
A lot of things.
But that's not. Men don't look at money. Again, the title of the show is why these women ain't getting shows.
Well, let's ask this. Let's ask because we're coming up on time. So I do want to ask. I do want to ask this question.
Your show before you
we'll get to my show. I do want to ask this. What is the most important decision you think you can make in life?
What you believe?
No. I'm just I know you're gonna make that decision based off your beliefs. But what is the most important decision you think you make in life?
House, education.
Is it the school you go to? Is it the job the career you decide to choose? What's the most important decision?
Probably the purpose or the mission.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Carson.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Carson.
For me, I think it's the partner you choose, right? Because you can have your purpose, you can choose what school you go to, you can discover all these things. But for me, I think it's important to I can have all the money in the world, right? And I can, have all the education and all those great things and all the accolades. But it's who I decide to choose my life with. I would like to have children one day. I do not have children. So what man is going to teach my son to be a black man in America? Because as much as I can love my son, I can't teach him to be a man because I'm not one, right? So I think who's going to, support me when, God forbid, something goes wrong and I need that help financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, I've stated earlier. So I think your partner, who you choose to share your life with, will probably be one of the most, if not one of the most important decisions that you make.
Happy?
I agree. I mean, my first thought was your belief. I think that's the most important decision that you make. What it is that you believe. You have to know what you believe because that'll drive every other decision that you make, period. But once you know what you believe, who you spend your time with is very important. It's a very important decision.
Brother Scott?
The most important choice is your choice of happiness. And let me give an example, and I want it to be really profound. I grew up, my mother was a mistress, right? And we all know what a mistress is, right? So from when I was 2 years old until I was 18 years old, Mr. Lee came to my home to find his joy and happiness, right? He was married with 3 kids, owned businesses on the south side of Chicago. And when I became an adult man and I sat down and I'm like, Mr. Lee, why was you with my mother for 16 years instead of being at home making joy with your wife? He said, your mother brought me my joy. And for 16 years, I grew you up. I raised you. I paid your mother's rent for 16 years every month. So when a man wants his joy, when he wants his happiness, is nothing he won't do. He'll go against everything in society to make sure his joy is in place. Please, when men tell you how we feel, what we think, what we do, please, ladies, start listening to us. Start listening to us, because again, a man came to my home for 16 years. Paid his mortgage and our rent for his joy.
That is ridiculous. He didn't buy your mama a house in 16 years.
Shut up.
Oh,
we already knew he had some issues going into it.
Right.
But to wrap it up, number 1, Dr. Scott. Number 2, Happy. Number 3, Carson. Your happiness brings you to your purpose, which leads you to your partner. That's it. Period. And with that,
okay. She held on all show with that. I like that. She can hold that on us. Okay.
Right.
Kris, close us out, baby.
All right. So the most important decision you can make is who you're going to choose as a partner, man or woman. That's who you have your children around. That's who you depend on, etc. That's who you got life insurance policy on. All that happiness shit is based on the partner you choose. Sounded good, but the partner you choose is more than your education. It's more than all that other shit. Period. Now, for those, again, who want a husband, this how you get one. And these are a few tips.
Should I take notes?
Hell yeah.
He got them written down. He might just use this piece of paper.
I'm telling you.
Screenshot the paper.
Here's what modern day don't work.
Take a
They
snapshot.
work.
Put it in the cloud.
You got to let him chase you. The reason that black folk and white folk in this country get divorced at a rate of 50% is because they get married for the wrong reasons. They instead love, trust, communication has been replaced by how much money you got and what your ass look like. That shit ain't gonna work. Anybody who's been married 50 years, go ask them. They didn't stay married that long, and the ones that weren't beaten, since y'all want to go to the extreme, they're not married because of the money or what she looked like. Don't force it. Again, he has to choose. Build an emotional bond before a sexual one. Most of y'all throwing that ass out there, and that dude don't even like you. But a man, I don't care how many people I hear what a man tell you. Don't ever listen to what a man say. I got 3 daughters. A man will show you who he is. He'll lie in your face. All right? Understand that. Even the good ones. And again, be open. Keep the relationship between just you. A lot of y'all share too much. Stop telling folks what y'all doing when you get a good one. Because they gonna only tell you what's wrong with them. Is this right?
Yeah, no more. You don't need no more.
You keep your checklist going.
Wait a minute. Skip all the drama. Men with character, avoid that. Because just like a pretty woman, they ain't got to deal with it. They will just bypass it. If you go out on a first date and you just want to bubble up and you want to say something that you didn't thought, like what happened, tell your girlfriend. Play nice in front of him, and you can always say, I don't want to see him no more. But y'all will blow a situation up trying to express your past hurt. Leave that shit alone. Don't nobody give a fuck. The world is unfair. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody give a fuck. Express yourself. Remember I told you men are hardwired for. Never put him down if you think he might be the one. And then have fun. And as I say, be a kitten, not a cat. What does that mean, Chris?
I was waiting on that. I was waiting on show to be a kitten, not a cat. Come on, baby.
My wife's great-grandmama who just died, 101. I walk in the house, she say, come here good looking, and I just fucking melt. That's how easy men are. If you want them,
the compliments,
use your feminine qualities.
Yes, sir.
To bring them in.
Yes, sir.
Stop trying to compete on this masculine shit to get a man. He got a whole different set of shit. He don't want money. He don't want no power. That nigga want to feel good and feel loved and feel wanted. That's it. So, if it ain't been working, I'm telling you, you don't have the answer. Because all y'all are over 25, 27. Y'all doing shit wrong. You got to change up the game. Shit ain't working. I'ma tell you, it ain't working. You gotta figure out what that nigga that you like.
Hold on, we about to cancel the end of the show, and we about to just continue.
You gotta figure out what that nigga want.
Okay, Jamal.
Am I that?
I agree.
And I'm done.
I agree. Jamal said he's not a nigga. He's a man.
Right. With Jamal is
Jamal say nigga more than anybody I know.
But listen, Jamal mine too. I ain't gonna lie. He probably your friend.
That's right. Hey, fine.
No disrespect.
Just playing.
Let's go, brother Scott. Hey, fine.
But a young Jamal could marry any of my daughters. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, a young one?
Yeah.
Willie old as hell now. No. All right, so hey, well, listen. I almost want to let Kris keep going and let the ladies have that.
I'm done.
We might do part 2 later.
Y'all was just giving all that bullshit answer. I had to stop the bullshittery and give these girls some gems because they all fine. They all look like they do it. They all normal. Y'all ain't even crazy like the normal people.
Oh, here we go. Coming up next, tune in for the In the Zone podcast. We are going to talk about. Here's my partner in crowd looking at me like, why y'all still talking?
Is that Chantel?
That's Chantel. We are about to talk about footwork in Chicago and its history, its origins, where it's going, and why bougie black folk think it's dead. Because it's not. Footwork is still moving.
Before y'all tune out, tell them where to find In the Zone.
In the Zone is the In the Zone podcast on YouTube. It is on Facebook. It is on Instagram. All of it in the Zone Podcast. We will be live again in 5 minutes. So if you live right here with us, stay right here. Come right back.
B-Foss is a cold host, and he usually has really good guests on. So that,
I mean, look at this panel we got.
I ain't gonna lie. Y'all all right. Y'all all right.
I appreciate everybody joining us, though. Everybody that watching, everybody on the show.
Brother Khalid, thanks for joining again. Maggie, thanks for coming down. Happy, thank you. Carson, I love Carson. You know what? All your guests that you've had before, and B-Foss found these folks. Y'all pretty. I ain't gonna lie. I have some slow people in me on my show. Y'all kind of there. You know what I'm saying?
Cut them off. Cut them off.
Anyway, Jake.
Hey, love y'all. Thank you for joining.
Jake, shout out to you. Peace. We out of here, y'all. Thanks, B-Foss. Appreciate you.
No doubt.